High standards protect you from low quality experiences. I repeat that. High standards protect you from low quality experiences. From experience, think about it. Every single time you lowered your actual standards, you ended up being in a situation where you hated yourself for it. I had to heal so many times and just stay home and like heal and cry or whatever, just because I thought maybe, just maybe, let me give that person a chance. Let me just give them, like, maybe they will prove me wrong. Maybe actually I should just go with the flow, you know? You should never, ever let someone convince you to go with the flow, ever, okay? That's like another way of like, I'm not a leader. It's like proofs he's a pussy, he's a princess, he's not masculine at all. If someone doesn't have a direction in their life, how can they lead you in a good direction of life, okay? If someone can't even lead their life and know where they're headed, how can they lead you or a family? Like, you cannot trust a leader like that. You cannot be with, like, they're not masculine. They simply are not a man, okay? So, like, if someone is like, oh, like, let's see, let's just go with the flow. Oh, I don't know where we're going. Like, you tell me where we go. Like, you suggest the places, whatever. Like, it's like, I'm lazy. I don't know what I'm doing in my life. I just need some entertainment. And you, as a clown, go and entertain them. Why? Why would you do that to yourself? Please tell me why. I just don't understand. I'm saying this because it happened to me so many times where I'm like, yeah, no, let me just like give this person a chance because I don't know, they're kind of like cool or whatever. But no, the moment you actually have like standards in your life, you stick with them, okay? You just don't ever lower them. Do not allow disrespect towards yourself, like, ever. Because the moment you disrespect yourself, you have to heal from it. Like, that's the biggest thing. It's like, imagine you're safe in your body, your soul is safe in your body, and then you disrespect them. You disrespect yourself. How can it feel safe now? Then you have to go back to square one and like relearn again that it's okay, that you should trust yourself, that I'm gonna keep myself safe and all of that. Because now your soul is like, well, she kind of betrayed me. Can you imagine betraying yourself to not betray a man? Like, never. Do not ever do that, okay? You cannot be betraying yourself for a man, okay? Like, this is the biggest mistake that I feel like I've done over the years when I look at it. When it comes to the dating scene, we all know right now the dating pool is just crazy, right? So like, we all know that it isn't how it used to be just a few years ago. It's just getting worse and worse if you think about it. But there is still people out there, there's still good men out there. Always believe, as long as I exist, there is someone like me that exists. Just like the same way God created me, he created good men out there. And just believe that, like, and believe you are worthy and deserving. And this is the next thing, is like, you have to always believe, I am worthy of that love. I am worthy of the high standards that I want. You know, you should put like, you should have like some self-reflection, okay? And like, think, why do I want this treatment? Why do I think I deserve it? Write it on a paper. Why do you think you deserve princess treatment? Why do you think you deserve having you know, a life that's amazing and having high standards? Because sometimes you might realize that you don't actually feel worthy of it, and that's why you don't get it, okay? For me, the moment I felt like I am worthy of that life, the moment I came to life, I started living life in that version that I feel like I am worthy of love, I am worthy to be spoiled, I am worthy of all of that. It came like, it all came like to me, and it was like, it came so fast, and I was just like, why is this happening? Like, wow, like, this is crazy. Write a list. Why do you think you're worthy of that love? Why do you think you're worthy of being spoiled? You should have a lot of answers. And if you don't, you should train yourself to have a lot of answers. Because the sooner you believe that you are worthy of being treated like a princess, you are worthy of those high standards that you put yourself, and you're not just lying to yourself and just like saying it, but not actually doing it, everything changes. And believe me, you're gonna see the blessings coming to you. A big thing, self-respect. Respect yourself, respect your standards. Once you set standards, do not go lower than them. Once you put a promise to yourself, do not betray yourself. Even if it's from the smallest thing, okay? Even if it's like you say today you're going to the gym, you then must go to the gym. You have to stick with it because you promise yourself, you promise your body that you're gonna take care of your body today. If you don't go, you end up betraying yourself. Think about it that way. You end up like lying to yourself. And that's the biggest betrayal. If you say to yourself, I'm gonna eat healthy today, you have to eat healthy today. Otherwise, don't say those things. Do you like it if a man tells you a lot of things and then don't do them? No, actions over words, right? If he doesn't keep his words, you can never trust that man, right? The same thing with yourself. If you do not trust yourself and build that trust with yourself, that when you say something, you keep it, you keep your word, you do it, how is your body supposed to feel safe? Just tell me how, okay? I don't know, but for me, if I promise something, if I say I am going to start a detox today, I am going to start a detox today. I can't betray myself like that. You know, it all comes together from the smallest thing. If you just say I'm going to fix my schedule, I'm going to go to work today, I'm going to find a job today, I'm going to put in the work today. If you say it to yourself and you promise yourself you're gonna do this, trust me, you have to go with it. For example, I had a huge problem with my sleeping schedule. It has been upside down for so many months, and almost my whole life I have never been able to be a morning person. But I never sat there and was like, let me take this seriously and let me do it. I will just it will happen. I'll be like, oh yeah, it's just my schedule is like that and I can't do really do much about it. But then when it started really affecting my life, that I started feeling more depressed just because I flipped nights today. Because true, I feel better during the night because there is people noise, it's all good. The moment I promised myself and I said, that's it, we are fixing that schedule, that's it, there is no way, this is now too much, this is affecting my life completely, right? Trust me, the next day my schedule was fixed, and it is still fixed, because then now I wasn't just whatever. I took myself seriously and I made a promise to myself. And you bet if I make a promise to myself, I actually keep it, okay? So I promised myself something, I owe it to myself to go with it. Otherwise, how can I trust myself in the future? How can I allow myself to trust myself in the future? You know, I feel I'm not safe anymore in my body. With my promises, if I say that my body is going to be a specific way, it's gonna be like that, okay? If I say I am opening a business, you bet your ass I will, okay? If I say I'm quitting a job, I will. Maybe it will take me some time, it will take me some fighting with myself, fighting with my demons, but if I say I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. And this is the biggest thing that you should build your own self-respect from the smallest promises. If you say today I'm gonna start journaling, start journaling. If you say today I'm gonna start praying, start praying. If you say today I'm not gonna eat sugar, do not eat sugar. You'll be betraying yourself if you do those things, okay? So you have to take yourself so seriously. It's you have to consider the relationship with yourself is the biggest relationship of your life, okay? It's the longest, and you owe it to yourself. Otherwise, if you think about it, the main basic thing, at least for me, I don't know about you girls, but for me, the main thing in a relationship when I'm seeking for in a man is respect. That is the top thing before anything else comes, okay? So respect is a necessity, and if you cannot respect yourself, how do you expect a man to respect you? Okay, so have some self-respect, you girls. Have some self-respect that when you say you're gonna do something, you commit to it. Otherwise, how is a man? If you can't even do that for yourself, you're lying to yourself if you think a man will come and respect you more than you respect yourself. In the same way, self-love. Obviously, if you do not love yourself, if you cannot look in the mirror and say, I love you so much, how can a man love you? And if they do, it's gonna be not the love that you want, not the long-term love. It's because you did not love yourself enough, and that's why you allow someone else to love you that way, Okay, so you have to start by loving yourself. And the way you build self-love, it's also like very simple. You start small. Always start small and stay consistent and go bigger steps. Okay, it takes 21 days to build a habit. Okay, so like just stick with something small for 21 days and then keep adding, keep adding, like layer the habits that you're doing. So for me, what I recommend for like self-love is, first of all, is to look at yourself in the mirror. Even if you don't believe it, look at yourself in the mirror and say, I love you. Every day you wake up, you look in the mirror, I love you. I love you. I love you. You should be able to look at yourself in the mirror naked and love what you're seeing, no matter what it is, no matter if you hit your goals or you did not hit your goals. You have to love yourself anyway. You know, you should be so grateful that you are healthy. You have a body that is healthy. Can you imagine how many people there is out there actually would love to just have health? And I'm saying just health is the biggest wealth ever. Okay, so if you're at least healthy, you're already very much blessed. If you have a roof that's above your head, that's already like you're blessed. If you can eat and drink water, you're blessed more than you think. Okay, so like basically have some self-love. Love from the smallest thing. The fact that you can wake up and take care of yourself, the fact that you can get yourself to the gym, the fact that you can get yourself to do your makeup, anything. Love yourself for that. Love yourself for everything. If you cannot love yourself, put a list. Sit with yourself. Reflect. Put self-reflection. Think, what's so great about me? What did I achieve in my life? What did I do that I made myself so proud? Okay, like why would someone would love me if it wasn't me? And why would my friend love me? If I was my friend, why does my friend love me? Okay, if I see it from an outside perspective, why do people love me? And put it there. Is it loyalty? Is it beauty? Is it like the way you talk? Is it the way that you walk? It can be a lot of things. Okay, is it your spiritual self? Is it your energy? Is it your growth mindset? What is it? Define the things you love about yourself, because those things you should be so clear to you why you love yourself. Okay, like for me, for example, I love myself so much. You know, you can't imagine how much I love myself, because like the things I achieved in my life and the things I actually done, I don't think I've met until this day. I haven't met a single girl that done the things I've done. And I know it's like a different thing. I've traveled 45 countries alone. I haven't met so far a girl that traveled 45 countries alone. I mean, almost all alone. But yeah, for the most part, all alone. I lived in so many countries. I lived in 1, 2, 3, 4 countries now. Okay, and now I open my business. For me, for you, that might be not enough, or that might be like too little. It's not an achievement. That's fine. But for me, I love myself for that. The way I fight for myself, the way I picked myself up from a lot of things, the way I show up for my friends, the way I show up for my family, the way I show up for myself, most importantly, because you can't show up for people if you cannot show up for yourself. And this is all goes hand in hand with self-respect, self-love. Show up for yourself every single day. You cannot give up on yourself. Okay? You cannot get like there is the song Energy of Beyonce. It says winner don't quit on themselves, because a winner don't quit on themselves. And that's the mindset you should have, a winner mindset. You should never ever quit on yourself or give up. You should always have yourself's back. You should always have your back. You should always take care of yourself and show up for yourself, because honey, if you don't show up for yourself, who will? Just please tell me. Please. I don't even know. Like, I actually felt like my whole life I'm the only person that is always there. Okay? And I mean, there's advantages and disadvantages. Yes, sometimes it gets lonely. Yes, sometimes like it's like not nice. Wait guys, I need to do mascara, otherwise I cannot speak anymore. Okay, I need to fix this. But basically, you have to show up for yourself. That's the least you can do for yourself. Like, who will show up for you if you don't? Always show up for yourself, always respect yourself, love yourself, and never lower your standard, girlies. That's like like men will try to manipulate you. You have to have higher emotional intelligence than to allow a man to manipulate you, especially not a man with a receding hairline, or a broke man, even worse. Do not allow men to disrespect you. Do not allow men to manipulate you. They will do Men are like the biggest manipulators. They will go to the above and beyond, okay, to like try and manipulate your mind, to try and control you like a marionette. Like they will think like of the biggest things. I swear, if a man wants something, there is nothing that will stop him, okay? There is no such thing as like values, or like, oh, the poor girl, or like, I don't want to like break this girl, or like, no. If they want something, you better know that they're gonna get it. You're gonna manipulate you in all the ways in order to get it, okay? And this also have a positive. If a man actually wants you, you should always think, if a man wants you, you better believe he's gonna do everything in his power to get you, okay? And if you don't see that, if you don't see that a man is so obsessed with you, wants you so much, goes above and beyond to earn you, you do not give that man your time or energy. Time and energy are so sacred. You cannot give that away just like that, okay? You have to be so selective about your time and energy before someone speaks to you. And I'm speaking to you in a way that I should have spoken, I should have known, because younger me did not know those things, okay? And I had to go through so much in order to learn what I'm learning today, okay? What I know today from my experience. And yes, people did tell me this when I was little, but I wouldn't take them seriously. I would say like, yeah, no, like, no, I know better. Like, oh, no, let me just like, whatever. But that's the reason why I was like that is because I didn't have direction in my life. And this is very, very important. You should have direction in your life. You should know where you're headed. You should know exactly what you want, and do not let anyone give you less than that, okay? You should know that like if you want your life to be a specific way, okay, like if you want your life to be this, but your life is like this, like Harvey Specter, life is this, I want this, exactly. So if your life is like this and you want this, say no to anything that is not that, okay? Otherwise you're just wasting time, okay? There is this like saying, it's like, if you don't get up, if you're in a train and you don't get out on the right exit, the trip just keeps getting more expensive. And it's not about trains. And that's what it is. Even if you are right now in a relationship and you're not happy, if you stay there just because you're afraid to face your feelings, if you stay there just because you don't want to deal with it, if you stay there because maybe you think you can't get better, but you are unhappy, you cannot, you are depressed and you are unhappy, you must leave, you must exit that train. Otherwise the trip just keeps getting more and more expensive. It comes in the expense of your health, until you get to a point where the train is going nowhere and the train gets broken and you die in the train, okay? Like, you will just get broken with the train. You cannot do that. You cannot do that to yourself, like, you have to get out when the trip like is like, because honestly there is things that I've done and I felt like, oh, like I should just stay. I don't want to like face, I don't want to face the uncomfortable or whatever. Even for me, for example, I used to work in London and have a 9 to 5 job. Alright, guys. I used to have a 9 to 5 job, and then I had a burnout. Okay, and it was like because I was giving my all in that job. It was a sales job, and it was my first time doing like a sales job, and I was going above and beyond. And let's just say our clients were just like anyway, I'm not going to discuss the details of this because it's also private, but basically I got a burnout, but I kept on pushing myself. I didn't listen. I was in that train, okay, of the burnout, and I just kept on going. I was just like, no, it's fine, I can handle it, it's fine, I can handle it, until it came to a point where it was like literally affecting my health. And until this day, I'm still like recovering from things. And this is what I mean, like, if you don't get off the train at the right exit, you just keep getting like, the trip just keeps getting more expensive. Because if I would have left the train before, I would have took less time to heal, I would have gotten less broken, I would have already been healed by now, okay? But no, I chose to stay. So like that made it that make it like, you know, the trips just keeps getting more and more expensive. And every time like basically I'm someone that doesn't really get into a relationship unless I see that the person fits in my future. If the moment I see that the person does not fit in my future, that doesn't treat me the way I want to be treated, I leave. I don't care who the person is, okay? Leave. Because this is how I see it. If you are in a relationship, it will take you time to like heal from it after you leave that relationship. So you have to have the time to heal from it, and then you have the time to have the time again to find another person, to have another person find you. First you have to find yourself, and then another person finds you. All of that takes a lot of time. So do not let your boyfriend delay you from finding your husband. Okay, if you have a boyfriend right now, do not let your boyfriend delay you from finding your husband. You best believe that if that guy didn't think you're his dream girl, he's gonna leave you like yesterday. He's gonna find another prettier girl. He's gonna find another girl that is his dream woman. Guys are not ashamed of choosing like the prettiest girl in the room, or like of like seeing like, oh, I want that person. In a second they will leave you. And the thing is, I know this is like society and whatever, but it is true. Women do have a biological clock. We cannot deny those things, okay? It's like we do have, but I am 30 right now, and like let me tell you that I do know it's like true. Obviously the more you age, the more it's not the same as before, because even your mind thinks differently, and it's even harder to accept like a man, you know? Like it's even harder to find a man that you're like happy with, because like your brain is so developed, you're so smart that you cannot just like, you know, like accept some things, and you learn so much from your experience that you're like, I know exactly what I want and I don't want, you know? So like the thing is, it's just that the more you like grow, the more like you understand things you didn't understand before, and it's actually harder to find a partner. So like absolutely leave. If you cannot, like, you cannot waste your time. For women, time is much 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 more valuable than for a man. A man can be 50, 60, he will still find a girl. He just needs to have maybe money, okay? But a woman, if she's a specific age, the more older she gets, this is reality. The more older she gets, the harder it is for her to find a partner. Not because there is something wrong with her, but because she's gonna get so smart that like she's gonna be like, I don't need a man anymore. Like, I don't want a man. I don't need a man. But if it's someone like, and that's fine, okay, that's absolutely fine. But if you are someone that, for example, wants to have a family, aspire to have a family, to have children, having a man in your life, having a good father in your life is so important for your children. Like having a good father for your children is so important. So like in that case, like you have to be like aware of those things. If you stay with someone and you have no plan to have kids with that person, but your goal is to have kids and have a family, you cannot stay with that person, babe. You cannot, like, because like, why would you waste your time? You have to leave that relationship, and after you leave that relationship, you're gonna have to take time, a lot of time, to heal, to get yourself together, to find yourself, to redefine what you want and what you don't want, and then like go throughout the dating phase, like the talking phases, and then maybe find someone that like good for you. Like, you know, it's not gonna just be like this. It can happen that you jump from one relationship to another, but you'll be just bringing a lot of baggage to the next one. Okay, so I don't advise that. But for me, what's important is like you have to take the time to heal. I know a lot of girls, they just jump from one relationship to another, and to the point that now they're like kind of like numb. They kind of don't feel anything. They just like kind of like, you talk to them and they're kind of like sad, because they keep on holding on to that trauma, and they keep just like suffocating it and like leaving it there. Like, yeah, it's fine, just like, you know, just like stuffing it. You cannot stuff the trauma like that. You have to take the time to heal. You have to take the time to think about everything. You have to take the time to cry it out. You have to take the time to think about what you want now, you know, so you don't repeat the same mistakes from the past. Otherwise, your life just keeps repeating, you know. So if you want to change your life, you have to always do self-reflection. It's very important. Do self-reflection about yourself. And in this time and age, honestly, it is so easy to find those questions. Like, you can just ask ChatGPT and you get the prompts. You can check on Google. Like, you can always find like these self-reflections questions to know yourself better, know what you want, what you don't want, and put non-negotiables. The moment you put non-negotiable, anything that's not that, it is not negotiable. It is not negotiable. If a man doesn't have those non-negotiables, you don't give them not a single second. Okay, not a single second. If a man tries to approach me, but I know this person does not fit in my future, I don't even reply. I don't even respond. I'm like that, like, don't even talk to me. Like, I just look the other way and walk. Like, don't even try. Don't even try to walk to me. If I feel the energy of a person wrong, you best believe I'm gonna leave that table. Okay, if I feel that that person doesn't fit in my future, I am not gonna talk to them. Even when it comes to friends, if I am in a group of friends and there is one person that I don't see to be my friend, I don't want that person to be my friend, I'm not gonna befriend them. I'm barely even gonna speak to them. I don't think I'm even gonna speak to them. And this happened to me in the past, where like, yeah, we were a group of friends, and there's this my friend was dating this guy, and I would just like not like that guy. I just did not like it. I didn't know why, but I just couldn't even speak with him. Like, I literally would not speak to him. And then and then my friends try. Like, she's like, please, he's my boyfriend. Like, you know, like, he's all the time in the group, and he just feels uncomfortable. You don't like speak to him even when he speaks to you. I'm like, girl, I'm not gonna like speak to that person. Like, I just not like. He's like, did he do anything wrong? No. I just, my gut feelings tells me something. Months later, the guy was like cheating on her. He was actually like on Tinder and on Bumble or whatever, and her friend found her profile. I think even I found his profile, and then he was like actually like cheating on her. And then like, I was like, guys, like, I told you from the beginning, my feeling is not wrong. Like, I knew something was off, because I remember even the like, if I would just randomly meet him in the elevator or whatever, because it was like a work environment, he will look at me in a way that I feel like I'm uncomfortable. So like I feel like, you know, it was like his eyes were like eating. Like, I'm like, no, this is not gonna happen. Like, why would I talk to him? And then I'm like, I was probably blaming myself. I was like, maybe it's because I don't speak to him. That's why he's like that. He's like, just like can't comprehend and understand why I don't do that. But no, months later, it's true. So always trust your feelings and respect yourself enough to not talk to someone, like, not force yourself to talk to someone. If you don't want to talk, listen, it's your own life. You hire and you fire accordingly. Okay, it's your own life. Treat it as a business. Okay, you manage it the way that you want to manage it. If you want someone in your life, they're gonna be there. If you don't want someone in your life, you fire them. You remove them from your life. You know how many times I actually recreated my life and so many versions of myself? And the people are just vanished from my life. It's like I've never known them. Like, they just vanish. Because I decided I'm a different version and I outgrown those people, and that's it. And it's so hard. I know it might sound like something like cold-hearted, but it's not. Like, the moment you go back and you try and you try and you try, and you see that you are growing, but that person is not growing, and you try and no, and you are changing to another direction, at some point you have to leave, because like they're weighting you down. You have to remove the weight and fly. Like, that's just the way it is, you know. And yeah, it's like super hard, because it's true. At times, like, you know, they like, I would deal with loneliness or whatever, but I always have myself and I love myself, and at least I'm not involved in any drama I don't want. I'm not involved in any like situation I don't want. I have selective friendship, like literally like few people that are super close to me, and I'm actually so happy about it, because I don't want to have so many friends in my life that like are just there, like filling the space and draining me, draining my energy and draining me emotionally, or criticizing me or judging me or like bullying me. I don't need that in my life. Okay, so ladies, stay safe. I gotta go. My makeup is done. Stay safe out there. Please keep your standards high. I'm watching you. If you're not watching yourself, I am watching you, so keep your standards high. Please like and follow the video to support me. I know the lighting was not good today. My light is not working, but hopefully the next video you'll have a better light. But yeah, love you guys. Bye.